You finally did it. You saved your first $1,000. Maybe it took months, maybe it took years. Cutting takeout, skipping trips, saying I can't afford it more times than you can count. And for the first time in a while, your bank account isn't screaming at you. It's quiet, calm, stable. So naturally, you relax. You replace the dying phone, upgrade the car tires, maybe celebrate with a weekend trip. Because after all, you deserve it, right? But a few weeks later, you check your bank app again, and somehow you're right back where you started. The $1,000 is gone, the credit card balance is creeping back, and the weirdest part? You technically did everything right. Saved money, avoided debt, tried to be responsible. Yet somehow, the system keeps pulling you back to zero, like a financial gravity field. Here's the strange part. That first $1,000 milestone everyone tells you to reach is actually one of the biggest financial traps in America, and the rules that helped you save it are often the exact rules that keep millions of people financially stuck. Most people think being broke looks like zero money, but in reality, modern financial stress looks like this. You have some money, just not enough to feel safe. You might have $800 in savings, $1,200 on a credit card, a car payment, student loans, rising rent. Technically, you're not broke, but it still feels like you are. This is where the $1,000 trap lives, because when you first hit that number, something strange happens psychologically. Your brain thinks, okay, crisis avoided, so spending slowly creeps back in. Not reckless spending, just normal life. Groceries went up, gas prices jumped, your dog needs a vet visit, your friend's wedding is across the country. Suddenly that emergency fund, it's not protection, it's target practice. But here's the bigger problem. The cost of living in America has quietly exploded. Rent has jumped, healthcare costs keep rising, groceries feel like a luxury now, and wages? They didn't exactly keep up. According to Federal Reserve surveys, nearly 40% of Americans can't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money or selling something. Think about that. $400. That's a car repair, a dentist visit, a broken laptop. So when financial experts say, just save your first $1,000, they're not wrong, but they're leaving out the catch. Because $1,000 used to be a safety net. Today, it's barely a speed bump. And when your entire financial stability depends on a number that small, life will mock it down again, and again, and again, like running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up. The frustrating part, most people assume the problem is their discipline, but in reality, the system is structured in a way that keeps millions of people stuck in permanent financial reset mode. By the way, if we haven't met yet, my name's Red, and I'm weirdly obsessed with understanding how money actually works, not the motivational Instagram version, the real version. The one with credit scores, debt cycles, retirement accounts, and the invisible rules that quietly shape your financial life. On this channel, we break down how the financial system works in plain English. No suits, no complicated jargon, just honest explanations. Quick disclaimer though, this video is for education and entertainment only. I'm not a financial advisor, and you should always talk to a professional before making major financial decisions. Cool? All right, let's talk about the real trap. There's a moment in everyone's financial life where things start to shift. Let's call it the move from survival mode to stability mode. In survival mode, everything's simple. Your goals are obvious. Pay rent, pay bills, avoid overdraft fees, don't let the credit card explode. Saving even $200 feels like a massive victory. But once you cross that $1,000 line, the game changes. Now the financial system starts treating you differently. Banks notice, credit card companies notice, apps notice. Suddenly, you start getting emails like pre-approved for a $5,000 credit limit, earned 3% cash back, travel rewards bonus, upgrade your lifestyle. On the surface, it feels like progress, and technically, it is. But this is where the trap quietly begins, because once financial pressure eases slightly, your brain does something predictable. It tries to reward itself. Psychologists call this reward spending. You worked hard, you sacrificed, you said no to things for months. Now your brain wants to rebalance the emotional equation, so you upgrade small things, a nicer phone, better groceries, a streaming service, maybe 2, maybe 5. Individually, these decisions seem harmless, but stacked together, they quietly raise your baseline cost of living, and once that baseline rises, it almost never goes back down. Now add another layer, decision fatigue. When you're constantly managing financial stress, your brain burns a ton of energy making small decisions. Should I buy this? Should I save this? Should I wait? Over time, people start defaulting to the easiest option, which is usually spending now, dealing with it later. And the financial industry knows this. That's why every product is designed to remove friction. One-click checkout, auto-renew subscriptions, buy now, pay later. These tools aren't evil, but they're designed for maximum convenience, not maximum wealth building. And the result is something economists call lifestyle inflation. As income increases, spending increases, almost automatically. So even when people start making more money, their financial situation barely improves. It's like leveling up in a video game, but the enemies level up with you. Which brings us to the math that explains why so many people stay stuck. Let's do some simple math, nothing fancy. Imagine two people both save $500 per month. If that money sits in a regular bank account earning almost nothing, after 20 years, they'd had about $120,000. Not bad. But here's where compounding changes everything. If that same $500 goes into investments earning around 7% annually, which is close to the long-term average stock market return, after 20 years, that becomes roughly $260,000, more than double. That's the difference between saving money and making money work. But here's the problem. Most people never reach that stage consistently because their savings keep getting reset by life. Car repairs, medical bills, moving costs, unexpected expenses. So instead of building momentum, they keep restarting from zero. According to multiple retirement studies, the median retirement savings for Americans in their 40s is shockingly low. Not because people are lazy, not because they don't care, but because financial progress keeps getting interrupted before compounding can do its job. And that's exactly what the $1,000 trap does. It gives just enough security to relax, but not enough protection to actually build wealth. Let's look at two people, Alex and Jordan. Both are 28. Both finally saved their first $1,000 emergency fund. Same starting point, same income, same city. But their paths slowly split. Alex feels relieved, which makes sense. Saving that first $1,000 was hard. So Alex celebrates, upgrades a few things, starts ordering food again, signs up for a couple new subscriptions. Nothing crazy, just normal life. But over time, expenses slowly creep up. Car repair wipes out the savings, credit card balance returns, savings reset. Again and again and again. 5 years later, Alex is making more money than ever before, but still feels stuck, still restarting the emergency fund, still stressed about unexpected expenses. Now look at Jordan. Jordan celebrates too, but makes one small rule. The $1,000 is never touched unless it's a true emergency. Instead, Jordan builds a second layer. Every month, $300 automatically goes into an investment account. Not a huge amount, but it happens every month. No thinking required. 5 years later, Jordan's life looks surprisingly different. The emergency fund has grown to $5,000. Investments are approaching $25,000. And more importantly, unexpected expenses don't destroy progress anymore. They're just inconvenient. Now here's the interesting part. Jordan didn't suddenly become rich, but Jordan gained something far more powerful: financial momentum. Because once compounding starts working, the system finally starts working for you instead of against you. And the gap between Alex and Jordan, it widens every year. Not because one person worked harder, but because one person escaped the reset loop. So how do you escape the $1,000 trap? It's actually simpler than most people think. Here's the basic playbook. Rule 1. Protect your first $1,000. Treat it like a fire extinguisher. You don't use it for convenience, only real emergencies. Rule 2. Build the second layer. Your next goal isn't $2,000, it's automation. Even $100 per month invested consistently is powerful. The goal is momentum. Rule 3. Separate saving from investing. Savings protect you. Investments grow you. They serve completely different jobs. Mixing them causes confusion.
Rule 4. Control lifestyle inflation. When income rises, increase investments first, not spending. This one habit alone can change your financial trajectory. And Rule 5. Be skeptical of financial products. Credit card rewards, buy now, pay later, fancy banking apps. Some are useful, many are designed to increase spending. Always ask one question: does this make me richer or just feel richer? The goal isn't perfection, the goal is consistency, because wealth rarely comes from one big decision. It comes from hundreds of boring, repeatable ones. Here's the thing most financial advice forgets to say: money isn't really about money. It's about options. The option to leave a bad job, the option to handle emergencies without panic, the option to take risks, start something new, or simply breathe a little easier. Your first $1,000 is powerful, but not because of the number, because of what it represents. Proof that you can break the cycle. From there, you